Hi there, it's Emmy Golding again. So, in some of our training courses, we teach workplaces how to identify and respond to people who might be experiencing mental distress or having challenges with their mental health. And I love delivering these courses. I don't get to do it so much myself anymore. We have a team of people around the world who deliver this. But one of the questions that came up in one of the courses recently was around, well, what do you do if you've done all the right things, you've had a conversation with the person about mental health and some of the options for getting help, but they don't want to get help? So it's a pretty common concern that comes up. But the difference around this one was that they said, can we force the person to go and get help, for example? Can we say, look, if you don't get therapy or if you don't go to rehab, then we won't be able to keep your job here for you. You have to go. Can we make it a condition of their work? And that's pretty intense, you know, that's a really big kind of call to make and a big decision. So just wanted to share my thoughts on that very, very quickly. At the end of the day, whether a person seeks help or not is up to them. And I know that's really, really hard to hear as someone who is concerned for them and wants them to be well and obviously wants to keep them employed and in their workplace as well. But we can't force someone into treatment. In fact, trying to do that, I mean, people won't go if they don't want to. They won't get the benefit out of it if they don't want to and they don't actively participate in that process. So, from a practical perspective, it just doesn't work. But also, we have a right to choose, you know, how we progress through the challenges that we have in our life. And while everyone around that person may want to see them get better as quickly as possible, sometimes people have to go through a process. So, from a workplace perspective, 9 times out of 10, you're not actually able to dictate that as a condition of employment. However, you are able to say, this is the job that needs to be done. We're going to do everything possible to help you to meet the requirements of that job, to get to that standard that's the minimum requirements of the job. And if the person can't achieve that, doesn't take the actions necessary to be able to perform that job, then we may, worst case scenario, have to move them somewhere else or let them go ultimately. But we can't actually force someone into therapy or make it a condition of their employment. It just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. So, as a helper, whether it's a colleague or a manager, you need to have some strategies how to look after yourself through that process when you're helping someone else, because sometimes that conversation will run perfectly and the person will be welcoming of assistance, but sometimes they're just not in a space to be able to do that just yet. And it's not helpful for you to come in and start trying to manage their life or control their life. We have to have a separation there. We talk a lot more about it in our courses, obviously. I won't go into too much detail, just a quick thought for today, but I just wanted to share that with you. Talk soon.